group consists of Chen, and also me myself, Chee Teng. So moving on to the next slide, here's our digital prototype. As you may look at here, there is a picture showing a stream. It's because our project name determines down the stream. So when we click into it, so as you may see here, when we click on the link, here is the Padlet Foundation, and this is basically what our innovation is. So this is actually the virtual version of Chen story activity. So for the first part, as teacher, there is a welcoming poster here, welcoming the students, and also she will record their story status through the use of Walkie app and with the use of avatar. As you may click on it and look at the video. It will display in this way.
Hello everyone, welcome to our project Determine Down the Street Well, and Stan and Julian are going to create our own Chen story together. One Sunday morning, I was walking by the door when I saw a stripe border floating down the street. I picked it up and I saw a message inside. It said, "Help me, I'm lost in the forest of echoes." I looked around, wondering who's standing. Suddenly, I heard a soft voice calling my name from the water. Now, it's your turn. Continue the story with your own Wookiee avatar. What do you think happens next?
So this is the page for the teacher. Okay. After the story started by the teacher, the student will add on their name here, and they will upload their own video consisting of their avatar representing themselves, and continue the story. And you may look at the back. When you drag back, there's compilation of the story in the Chen story activity here until the end, until the last student. So that is flow there. Okay. So moving back to the slide. Here is the conceptual framework for this digital prototype. So first, we have used 4 theories here. The first one is constructivism. Learners will co-create meaning by building Chen story. It is not the usual Chen story that we have made in the class, like the students speaking in the front and being judged by teachers and also students. But with this digital prototype, the avatar, students will create their own avatar representing their own self, and it's not directly getting feedback from teachers and peers, so that it will lower their self-consciousness, because it is the avatar is act like the medium for the student to gather the feedback. It is not like me directly getting feedback from your own. Okay. And for the next theory is Cauchy affective filter hypothesis. It is stated that the low anxiety environment will boost the speaking skills of the student. So with the use of this avatar and through the use of videos, it could indirectly improve the speaking of students and curb the speaking anxiety for students. As I mentioned just now, students are not conscious of what they are talking when they are using avatar. They can just express their own opinions through the use of avatar, and because like they are not speaking directly to the class, right? And the next one is autonomous learning. This can be assigned as independent learning tasks for the student to carry out anywhere beyond the classroom settings. For example, if it is not for the Chen story purposes, it can be used for students independently for their diary recording as well. And for the next one is global citizenship education, GCED. The platform of Padlet just now will be shared at the end for global views, and also before sharing through social media, it will be displayed in the class first to gather the feedback from the peers and also the comment from the teachers. Okay, so next slide. Here is the prototype layout. For the welcoming page just now, we have created through the use of Canva to attract the student first. And for the next one, avatar creation, for their speaking task, we use it through Walkie app. And for the story thread, is basically the compilation of student modify according to your preference to look like yours. And then next, the student are asked to say 3 clear sentences to connect the story. And after that, we'll screen record the video. But in this stage, because the Woki application is not in premium stage, so there's an alternative that teachers can screen record through other applications like CapCut instead of record directly through Woki app, because the teachers are unable to use the Woki application to download directly the video there. And then after that, under the assistance of teachers, the student may upload the video to the Padlet to continue the flow. And after that, at the end of the task, the activity, this Padlet foundation will be shared in the class and students will watch it together, and then the feedback will gather. Here is the pedagogical impacts of the digital prototype. The first one, it will enhance speaking readiness of students. Because students in year 4, actually they have reached partial development for their emotionally and social development. Therefore, this digital prototype is aimed to reduce their speaking anxiety to speak in front of the class and getting judged by people around them. So with the use of avatar, it's actually representing them speaking instead of themselves speaking directly. And the next one, it promotes communicative competence. By using the Chen story activity in the application, it promotes communicative competence because students are able to elaborate their own story based on their imaginative thinking and creative thinking as well. And the next one, it could encourage learner autonomy and creativity because, as I mentioned just now, this is not solely for Chen story activity, but students can use it to record, to use it as diary purposes, like for them to record their own, to make their own flow for diaries every day. And the next one is it fosters collaboration and digital literacy. Students can use digital literacy as aligned in the 21st century teaching and learning. And the next one, it facilitates formative assessment and teacher monitoring. It can be assigned as formative assessment for teachers and also the homework for the students, so that teachers can track the learning progress of the students at the end of the lesson. And the next one is it bridges technology and human interaction. Next. Here are the commercial values. First, it could gain high market demand in ESL education. Because dear full students, as we all know, like we have the speaking anxiety when we speaking in the front, right? So with this application, it could actually relieve the tension that students face in their speaking activity. And the next one is it is low development cost with high usability. It is versatile. It can be used across different subjects. It is not solely restricted to English language. And the next one is supports 21st century educational goals. It aligns with Malaysia's digital education policy and global trends in edtech innovation. And for cross-market expansion opportunities, it can be localized with multilingual support or culturally relevant avatars. This is mean that in the Woki application, there is not only one skin tone for them. They can choose like based on their racial, based on their cultural background. That there are ample options of skin tone that can be chosen. Okay. And the next one, it could foster strong potential for partnership and funding, because nowadays IT speaking is one of the most difficult things that students have to master in the class. So with this, it could gain the commercial value in this way and get a partnership from maybe parents and teacher association. Okay. In the next slide. Okay, for the scaling of the product, it can be implemented in primary school nationwide. It can be used in government school and also the private school as well. It's not restricted to only national school, government school. But even though it is stated here in primary school, but it can be used also for secondary school purposes. by using the avatars, the Boki in the avatars. And then thirdly is highly engaging, as the students say that I enjoy creating and speaking using the avatar, the Boki avatar. So these are the challenges. So the first one is waiting time. Because, for example, in a class, if the class contains a lot of pupils, it will increase the waiting time, and it also increase the waiting time where the devices are less devices. Yeah, so it will increase the waiting time because the students have to wait for their turn to use the device, for example. And then the next one is internet problem affected uploading. So if the internet problem is the internet is not that smooth in that area, so it affects the uploading process. And these are the suggested improvements by the users and the teachers. So the first one is provide clearer instructions. So we have decided that we can we can give instruction twice so that the students are clearer. And the second one is reduce waiting time. So in order to reduce the waiting time, we can, for example, put the students into groups, or we can ask the students to do it at home as a homework. And the third one is offline alternative for rural schools. So as just now Chee Teng said, using the mask. And for the last one is more sample, where the teachers can upload the whole story from the start to the end, where the students can see how the chain story can be made. Okay. So next slide. These are the references we have found, and that's all for us.
Okay, your presentation. I just want to know, what is your problem for you to come up with that product? What is the problem that you are to solve?
The students have low speaking, they have speaking anxiety.
Speaking anxiety.
Yeah, so we want to make them easier to speak by using the avatar.
Okay, and what will be the digital model innovation that you use?
Pardon?
What is the digital model innovation that you use?
Digital model.
You have the framework there, but there's nothing to do with the digital model innovation.
We use SAMR.
Okay, can you explain to me where is SAMR? Because I cannot
Can I write it down?
No, you can just show from here. You don't have
From
the
here.
example.
Okay, for SMR, for the first one is the substitution, right? We substitute the offline chain story activity with the virtual one.
Okay.
For that is the substitution. And for the A is adaptation. For adaptation, we adapt the platform, the pattern to be the foundation for the compilation of story, instead of just a platform for sharing slides or any other resources to the students. And for M is the modification. We modify the activity into like speaking task into like more interesting and meaningful tasks for the student to carry out beyond the classroom setting. As I mentioned just now, it can be conducted beyond the classroom setting as community assessment, as homework, as independent learning, like diaries, compilation, right? And for the last one is redefinition. So it changed the definition of the traditional speaking activity in the class. We integrate the digital elements in it, so the students can indirectly learn the technology as well while curbing their speaking anxiety. Is that okay?
Why are you asking me? Is that okay? It's your product. Okay. And I have the floor to answer questions, to ask questions. Please ask questions. I need the audience to ask questions, not me.
Collaborate with one another.
use. Or the teacher will teach them themselves because you have mechanics in there, like the buttons there. Not everyone knows what buttons equals to what. So will the teachers take time before the class?
Yes,
Teach?
there will be a demonstration before the class starts. And actually, in the Booking platform, it's very easy to access.
Okay, if you want to show, boleh kecil. Nah, if you want to show, boleh. Sekejap. Okay, you start, right?
Actually, we can try it. It's free. Okay, and we just click here.
What is pricing? Kita kena bayar.
No, you don't have to pay. It's free.
It's free, but you can get premium.
There's premium tak?
There's a premium. Yeah, there's a premium version as well. If for premium, you can directly download the video there. You don't have to screen record. You don't have to use other alternatives.
Wow.
Oh wow.
You make sure you have the agenda here. It's very easy to access. You may even change your background as well.
Wow. Kayak juga.